Well, I just want to ask for another round of applause for Greg and Eric, because those guys have run the chapter for years and done a great job. So thanks a lot, and I'm looking forward to continuing to draw on their wisdom as advisors. I just wanted to say a few quick words before we get into the presentations tonight. First of all, thanks to everyone for coming out and for putting up with my draconian RSVP system. Just trying to keep things fair for everyone, and it seems like it's worked out pretty well. I don't think the fire marshals are going to come down on us tonight, so that's a good thing. Just a couple of announcements about plans for the chapter over the next year. As Eric mentioned, one of the big things that we're looking to do is just have more regular events. So we're going to start out this year having events every other month. The next event is mentioned, it's at the back of the handout that you have in a box, and it's on October 26th. It's here in the same room. It's a panel discussion. We're still finalizing the panelists, but preliminary list is looking very good, very interesting. Eric will be moderating that panel. We also, I guess one of the most important things I want to mention is that I need help. Not in the clinical sense, well, maybe in the clinical sense, but I think one of the key things for building the game development community here in New York and building the chapter is to get more people involved. So if you are someone who's interested in helping to build that community and have a few hours to contribute to the IGDA, please get in touch with me. We need people to help us build a web presence for the chapter, and we need people to help us organize and stage events like this. So please get in touch with me after the presentations. I also want to, the other thing that we need to put on events like this is money. And so another thing I want to do, and it's another way of getting people involved with the chapter, is call in additional sponsors. So for the CEOs in the audience, I will be calling you and emailing you. But I also encourage you to get in touch with me after the presentations. I also want to thank the current sponsors we have for tonight. It's a little awkward because my company is one of them. So thanks to my partner Josh, who's in the audience. And Game Lab also was very generous and has sponsored the entire season. So we're looking for other companies to step up and show their support for the community here in New York as well. And that's what's those sponsorships are what is paying for the beer and pretzels. So something certainly to be thankful for. And there's a good chance. One thing that we learned putting this event together is that we could actually fill a much bigger room than this. We didn't really publicize the event. I think that we could easily have had 200 people here, and so NYU has been kind enough to donate the use of this space to us, but as we grow, it's very likely that we would have to pay fees to have bigger spaces. So that's another important reason to get sponsors in. So just to run through, I just want to make sure I thank a number of people here, and feel free to clap for all these people. But first of all, the NYU School of Continuing and Professional Studies and its staff, gentlemen over here. So thanks to those people for helping us, for donating the space and helping us get set up. I mentioned our corporate sponsors, Game Lab and Large Animal Games, for the beer and the snacks. Well done. I want to call out and put Rudy Geronimo on the spot. Could you wave your hand, Rudy, back in the back? Rudy is here all the way from the IGDA head office in San Francisco, and I specifically want to thank him for the calls that we had just talking about general chapter organization and planning. So really appreciate that. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank all the volunteers tonight. So some of them are still downstairs working and strong-arming people at the door. But Andrew Hu, Jonathan Kelly, Casey Gotti, Luis Garcia, Mark Korthels, and Christopher Jordan all did a great job. They were here earlier tonight and helping us do everything from set up the drinks to checking, to enforcing my draconian policies at the door. And then also Nick Smolny is, where are you, Nick? Nick over here was really my right-hand man in putting this event together. As all the New Yorkers in the audience know, most of us don't have cars, and so we depend on guys like Nick from New Jersey who have cars to pick up large quantities of beer and snacks. So thank you very much for that. And then I think that's a good segue. I'm going to invite, Nick is one of the coordinators for the New Jersey chapter of the IGDA, and one of the things that we are doing right now as the New York chapter is working closely with the New Jersey chapter. As many of you probably know, these guys have really done a fantastic job of organizing their chapter out there, and have had regular meetings for years, and are I think a good model for where we want to start. And we are, one of the things we're doing is just coordinating our bi-monthly events so that there actually will be an IGDA event in the local area every month. So I encourage you guys to visit their website at njchapter.com, learn about their upcoming events, and try to get out to New Jersey to participate in those events. So I'm just going to call Nick up for, I think he's going to make a couple of announcements, and then we're going to go straight into our first presentation. Thanks a lot for coming.